Thanks to the EA Creator Network for giving me early access to this pack. The early access is sponsored by EA, but the opinions are all mine. Hey y'all! Welcome to my channel, vstreetlove. I'm Vanessa, my pronouns are she, her, and on this channel I like to make silly Sims videos. And today I want to get into your top questions about the Sims 4 Businesses and Hobbies Expansion Pack. Now, you've seen the developer live stream, you may have seen other content creators' videos, but you still have questions. And so that is what this video is for today. I'm just going to be going through top community questions I've come up with, and the questions from my community on Discord. If you want to join me on Discord, check the link in the description. And I'm hoping after we go through all these questions, you can have a better understanding of whether or not this pack might be right for you and your gameplay. If this video helps you at all with deciding if you want to purchase the pack, please use my creator code, vstreetlove. When you use my EA creator code, vstreetlove, to purchase a pack on the Sims 4 website or EA app, I get a 5% commission on the sale. It is not a discount, unfortunately, but it is a way to support me as a creator if you were planning on purchasing the pack anyway. And if you don't want to use my code because you're a hater, please consider using someone in the community's creator code. When you use our creator code, it supports us as creators and it's a little less money to EA. So this video is going to be divided up between CAS, build buy, and gameplay. So feel free to jump to the section that interests you most to help you answer some of the questions you might have about this expansion pack. And if you still have questions that you want me to follow up with, maybe in a part 2 or in another video, please leave those questions in the comments below or in my Discord. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first questions that I want to get into are around CAS. As you all know, I have a personal beef with the Sims team and how they treat the youth. So I am interested in seeing what we get for the youngest Sims with this new expansion pack. Okay, so first things first, we do get some new stuff for infants with this pack. I'm actually really excited because I wasn't sure. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Okay, so we got some little overalls in different colors. Ooh la la. And then we also have this little raccoon little onesie, which is also hilarious and super duper cute. Oh wait, are these all raccoons or are these other little animals? I think they're supposed to be raccoons or maybe little bears. I don't know. It gets confusing with some of these. Like this looks like a panda, but it is cute. It's cute. Okay, but as far as the other categories outside of full body, it looks like we only get full body outfits for infants. Okay, and no new hair or anything for infants either. Let's check on toddlers. Okay, so already I'm seeing some cute stuff for toddlers. Oh. Okay, so these are the new hats that come with Businesses and Hobbies for toddlers. This is cute. We didn't get any new hair. What about accessories other than hats? No, it doesn't look like it. But we did get 2 new hats. That's super cute. Okay, what about outfits? Okay, so we didn't get new tops or bottoms. What about full body? Okay, we got a few full body outfits for toddlers. A little sweater outfit, a little dress, and then this little long sleeve outfit too. Oh my gosh, little cutie pie. But no separates and no accessories and no shoes either. Okay, well, we got a few clothing items for the little ones. I mean, I can check kids too, but I'm going to be looking at CAS separately in a separate video. But as you can see, we've got some tops, some full body, some bottoms, and then no shoes. Okay, well, you know, I wanted to check. And y'all know I had to check. How many, and did we get any new Afro textured hairs in this pack? Moment of truth. Boom, baby! Okay, apparently we got 2 tagged as Afro textured. I'm gonna get rid of the feminine tag just in case there's more, and it doesn't look like it. Okay, we got this that was tagged as Afro textured. And again, you can tell with the roots, like to me, this does read as maybe Afro textured hair that's been like smoothed back. And yeah, it's this tie that Grandma Hattie wears. So this is what they have for Afro textured. You can't change the color of the little head wrap. So the head wrap changes depending on what color the hair is. They really got to do something about that because it's really, it's really frustrating. And I've been playing with CC a lot too. So it's kind of funny because I was trying to change the color of just the head wrap and that's not a thing. That's not a thing with the Sims. Okay, then we also got this, which is, I guess, dreadlocks pulled back and wrapped up. Okay, again, you can't change the color of it. It just depends on the hair color. Okay, well, these are 2 hairs that are specifically tagged as Afro textured. If I get rid of that, how does that compare to the rest of the hairs? First of all, there's a lot of hairs that come in this pack. We get 13 new hairs in this pack. 2 which are tagged as Afro textured. I would say that even though this one wasn't tagged as Afro textured, and honestly, when I look at the roots, it's definitely not supposed to be Afro textured. I think it's so interesting now with the whole edges being styled in this way, because to me, this reads as black. Is that not a black thing anymore? Are other people doing this? Because I see this and I'm like, oh yeah, black girl hairstyle. But I can look at the roots and compared to the hair that they did for Grandma Hattie, it's like, it's not exactly the same. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, I'm happy that we got at least 2. Yep. Okay. Well, that answers that question. Another thing I'm just generally curious about is, did we get any new dainty jewelry? So if you don't know, I'm always going off because I feel like the jewelry that we get in this game is a little bit too big and bulky. This is a cute little bracelet set. And then we also have what it looks like. It's so funny because now they've zoomed in. Okay, it's funny because they zoom in on the wrist and that's not actually where this jewelry is. And I can't zoom out now, which I find interesting. Like, I like that they have us zoom in, but I should be able to zoom out a little bit so I can see something that doesn't fall in the wrist category. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. They got it almost right with the zoom in thing. Anyway, we got this new arm cuff, which is cute. But I'm always talking about how I want like dainty bracelets. And we don't have dainty bracelets at this point, and we don't get any dainty bracelets with this pack. And honestly, the last question I have regarding CAS is, what does Trashly Real Pearson look like in CAS? So I'm just going to shift click on Trashly and click modify in CAS, and let's see. Put your guesses in the comments below. And wow, okay, this is what Trashly looks like in Create a Sim. Does Trashly have multiple outfits? No, it just, okay. This is Trashly. I don't know if Trashly looks different depending on the save. But yeah, this is Trashly Real Person, pronouns they, them. Aspiration Mansion Baron, they're a klepto, loves the outdoors, is a glutton, and they're also shady. Okay, Trashly. Okay, so now we're gonna explore some of the build mode questions that I've seen around. So the first thing I was particularly curious about is what is going on with the residential lot. So it turns out that the residential lot now has a new icon here related to small businesses. So we don't get a separate small business residential lot. It's kind of like a qualifier to residentials, which is what I thought when I first saw the gameplay trailer. And then when I click on small businesses, it says these areas will only be active when a small business is open on the lot. So it is interesting. So does that mean that I can go ahead and build as if there's small businesses and set rooms and situations? No, I guess not. You have to actually make sure that you've opened a business before you can set all of that. So I was wondering about setting up businesses in a small business venue lot without having it be owned first. So if I set small business venue, yeah, same thing. I can't set the rules about the small business, it looks like, just in build mode, which is really what I wanted. I wanted to be able to set all this stuff up without having to own it first. The suggested items are the kiosk and then the business sign. But these are optional, which means that these items are not necessary to have a small business venue lot. Another thing is, I know we got these cool new signage options. They talked about this in the developer live stream, where you can take these light up signs and then you can add decals that they gave us in this pack. So there's these different decal options. So what's cool is that these decals slot right into the signs, and then you can add multiple, for example, in this one, and change to match the different icons that you might be using for your small business. But my question was about if other decals that we get from other packs slot into these signs. So on first glance here, this sign from cats and dogs actually does slot in. Okay, so I guess maybe it just depends on the size of the sign itself. So that's cool. This one kind of like expands outside of the sign itself. So I guess you have to kind of be careful. But this is actually great because that means that there's other signs that we get from other packs that slot in to these specifically. And I wonder how many, right? Like we got this from My First Pet stuff. This decal doesn't slide in, but no one's disappointed by that. However, these decals from running your vet clinic do slide in. Ooh. Yeah, definitely not everything slots in. It might be because it's too big. I'm trying to find something else that might be a good size that we might want to use. Like, yeah, this from Life and Death is too big and it does not slot in. What about this little Tooth Fairy one? Aw, the little Tooth Fairy one doesn't slot in. What about this one? No. Oh, and this one is the right size too, smaller, but it does not go in there. These wall decals as well, these do not slot in. So, okay, it looks like the vet clinic stuff does work. Oh, what about the restaurant stuff? The restaurant stuff does slot into this. Okay, so yeah, I guess the things that are specifically, there must be like a signage tag that I'm not particularly aware of that works with these, because all of these from Dine Out are working with these signs. So that's actually really cool. This one from Spa Day does not. Interesting. Oh, and neither do the Void Critters, which is actually a little upsetting, because if you wanted to make like a different like activity center for kids, these don't actually go into that. So that's a little bit disappointing. Now these decals from Get to Work also don't slot in. What about this one? No. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of some of these here so I don't see them. But like, yeah, this decal from Get to Work doesn't slot in. But the ones from Dine Out, for example, they do. So, yeah, I mean, I guess it will just depend. But I did want to check that out to see if we could use the other signs that we have for these. I think that's really cool. Oh, we do have this little coffee icon with cats and dogs. It's so interesting, all the little decals that we got with cats and dogs. That's so random. But all of these fit in here. All right, so if you have that pack, you definitely have some more items you can use for signage. That's cool. Like, look at this. This is so cute. What about these base game arrows? Can we use these? No, these don't go into the signs. That's interesting. What about these little icons, these facility signs? No, these don't go in either. Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly sure why you would want that. What about these little like people little signs? No. I mean, yeah, interesting. I'm not exactly sure what the tagging situation is, the functionality of these different icons and whatnot, but yeah, I've shown a few of what does and what doesn't work inside of these little signs here. So, you know, we have more options if you have other packs. Okay, so another question that came up when I was looking at the questions that were submitted on my Discord is how this kiosk functions when you just place it on any lot. So I'm in the Magnolia Blossom Park in the base game world Willow Creek, and I place this kiosk down, but it says no currently open small business, and then if I click on it, it just says register small business. So there's no specific gameplay that it does if there's no small business registered. Another question I had were around the stalls that came with this pack. I was hoping that because I saw some gameplay of someone coming to work the stall that maybe we'll be able to work in the stalls. They still work as normal hiring a vendor if you just come to a regular public lot. But what happens if I register this lot as my small business? What happens? Can I do that? This lot is still registered as a park. So if I say register small business, what happens? Okay, so it's letting me just register any business. And then it's telling me what my assigned lots are, which is like the lot that I moved my sim into. So what if I change this to a small business venue lot right now? Okay, so I'm going to change this park to a small business venue. And then again, it's telling me that, oh, interesting. Small business area assignment. It says residential public employees only, even though this is not a residential lot. Okay, so what if I try now? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and register a lot. It still says 1 out of 1 assigned lots, and it's this one. So I don't know, maybe I don't know. And then I can select park. Oop, okay. I can select park as a preset where they have these items here, which is great. I was curious if there were other presets if you have other packs. And there are. You can see karaoke bar, cat cafe, maker space. You can own your own maker space. That's cool. Oh, and a bathhouse? Oh, that's cool. They've got the rec center, spa, and university commons. So I have all of the packs installed. So just to show you again, these are all of the different presets that they have if you have all the packs installed. But I'm going to go back to park, and I guess I'm just going to check, but there's no way for me to like purchase this lot right now. I won't get into it right now. The point is that the kiosk itself doesn't do anything unless you own the lot. That's the point. You can interact with the small business venues and small businesses that you might own or want to purchase, but there's nothing to actually do with this kiosk if nobody owns the lot. So let's get into some gameplay questions I have about this pack. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to purchase a small business venue lot, which when I go to the business section, I see here I can actually buy a small business venue lot. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm wondering, can you have more than one small business at the same small business venue lot? It seems like with this sim purchasing a lot, that's not the case. Okay, so then another question that I had actually, which I'm noticing right now, is I did set up a small business venue lot in the vacation world of Granite Falls, because I was thinking maybe I could set up a little summer day camp or something. But as you see here, it says travel to this world must be booked on the phone or computer. So no, I guess you can't own a small business venue lot in a vacation world. Which again makes me feel like I wish they would bring the vacation worlds like to normal worlds. I don't think we need vacation worlds anymore now that they've given us vacation rentals to every world. But I did make a small business venue lot in this world. So I'm going to purchase it now. And these are the options I get. I haven't seen these before. So start off with a preset small business. A new small business will automatically be registered for the sim with preset customer activities based on the purchased venue lot type. That's interesting. I wonder what they think. Okay, fine. I'll just say yes to that and see what happens. So this is actually kind of funny because it has tagged my business as a generic business. If I go to the settings, the only thing that they expect people to do here is be friendly, which I think that's kind of funny. But at least we have the option. It didn't work that well for me, but it's there. Okay, so now that we're at this small business venue lot, it does make me wonder if I set the activities to browse and buy items, if I can use any of my shelves as selling shelves, or if it has to be the shelves that come with the pack or with Get to Work. So I have some items in my inventory that maybe I can sell. So if I put out a flower, for example, okay. So this is a shelf that comes with Get to Work. But what if I just put in just any old shelf, like this underrated underwater shelf? That's a base game shelf. If I put anything on this, will it be marked as for sale? Like I have these flowers. Okay, the flowers don't go on there. Okay, what about this flower? Okay, the flower doesn't. Okay, what goes on here? Okay, this book. Okay, so no, but if I put it on here, it is marked for sale. Okay. All right, so it seems confirmed that we have to use like some sort of actual display. It says sales enabled. What about, can I click this shelf? Let me try another shelf just in case. See, it says small business. And when I look here in this small business category and I see the different shelves and stuff, it includes the Get to Work shelves. It includes the businesses and hobbies shelves and displays specifically. Okay, so if I put in like this dream home decorator shelf or this other like base game shelf, if I put something on here, yeah, I can't like click on it and set it for sale or click on this and set it for sale. I was hoping that maybe there would be something like that if you have Get to Work, but no, it seems as if even if you have Get to Work, you can't just click on items and set them for sale. You have to put them on the items specifically tagged as displays. Another question I have is around the coffee bar. So we got the coffee bar that came with this pack, but I'm wondering if the coffee bar that comes with Get Together also works in our small business venue lots. Okay, so I do have the option to tend the bar, and then I can hire baristas or hire specific baristas. But when I compare that to the espresso bar that we get here, it looks like it's about the same. So what happens if I hire somebody? Will they work that espresso bar? I'm gonna manage employees. I like these little tips that are popping up. I don't know if I turned that on, but this is helpful. So it looks like I can hire anyone from teens to elders to work in my small business, as long as I know who they are. I was curious if you could hire your kids to work at your small business, but understandable. There's child labor laws. So I'm gonna hire my niece to come and work here. I'm also gonna set the employee uniform. I'll just assign this one for now to my niece. And I think I can assign her tasks. So I'm going to assign her the task of, is there like tend the bar or something? tend coffee/tea bars and counters. Oh, you know what? That makes me wonder about the bubble tea store too. Oh yeah, the bubble tea counter. Okay, look, it says Sims will tend and take paid orders on coffee counters, espresso bars, and bubble tea counters. Okay, cool. So we can use any of our different drink counters that we have. So let me just open up the business just to see her come over here and use this. Oh, look at her showing up. She's so cute. And yeah, I guess she's gonna go right here to start tending it. Does she need stuff? Do I have? Okay, wait, let me see if I can order something. Oh, there's no available espresso grinder or espresso machine. That's on me. All right, let me try again. Oh, okay, cool. Let me get a macchiato. Let's see my niece make me a macchiato. Also, does it charge me if I order from my own business? It does. That doesn't seem right. Oh, but I made money because someone else came in, so I think it's okay, baby. Oh, someone's clapping for me in my new business. Thank you. Okay, well, that works. Someone's coming over, and what's happening here? They're making themselves some coffee? I don't like this. What's happening here? Why are they doing that? It says drink coffee. Do I have to set it to order coffee? I'm not exactly sure why this sim is coming over here and using the coffee bar. I don't like that. I think the other coffee bar that comes with this pack, I don't think people do that. And I guess let me just double check. Let's just see, because that's a little crazy. Okay. Oh, I guess she's cleaning up. So can I tend this? No, it says it's already in use. Oh, now I can. Okay, well, I think with this coffee bar, I don't think people come over here and make themselves drinks. I can't be sure because no one's come to order anything, but I didn't like that. I think that's going to require more testing on my end. So another question that I saw out in the community was about setting outfits for our businesses. It looks like we can set target customers and target customer criteria, but it doesn't look like you can set customer outfits. It looks like you can set employee uniforms, and it gives you different options to design employee uniforms and then assign them. But as far as setting like basically the vibe of when someone shows up to your small business and what they will be wearing, it doesn't seem like you can do that. So my other thought was about the stall. I was wondering if I owned a small business venue lot, can I run the stall? Or can I assign my employee to maybe work the stall? But the answer to that is no. Like if I go to manage tasks, there's nothing in here about running or working a stall or anything like that. And I have all of the packs installed. So this is all of the employee tasks that you can assign, and I don't see anything to do with stalls here. So there's that. So I have another sim in my household. So small businesses, I guess, can only be owned one at a time. Or I guess you can buy multiple small business venue lots. That's interesting. Well, what if I want to register another small business or purchase another small business lot? So this is my other sim that I'm using. And I'm wondering if I buy a small business venue lot, can I purchase this same lot? Or now that this is owned by someone else, we can't. Okay, so it says here, Sims can purchase unowned community lots, unoccupied residential lots, or unowned small business venues as small business venues. Alrighty then. So that's interesting. We can purchase second homes basically as our own little small business venue lot. Okay, well, what if I wanted to register my own small business? Can I assign the lot to this small business venue lot that my partner owns? Oh, okay. It looks like I can. So let's say I want to run something else. Okay, so I'm registering a gym. I'm using the gym preset. I named it Curls and Way. And I don't have any price modifiers or anything, but I do have it set to a one-time entrance fee. And assign lots, it says Dandridge and Noble, the small business venue. So if I hit OK, now that I'm here, if I try to open it, it says another small business is currently open. But we can use the same one venue for multiple different small businesses. I guess the only caveat is they're not going to run at the same time. So if I have my partner close the business and then I switch back to this sim who just opened up a gym, I could open it now and the sims would try to come and to the gym that they own. All right. Now, another thing that I noticed that is kind of answered with this UI. are the assigned lots. We do own this small business venue lot. However, they live on a residential rental. So I was curious on if we could assign residential rentals as places where we could have small businesses. And I guess the answer is no. The other thing I'm curious about is if we decide to run a business and a club at the same time. Like, can I open the business and then start a club? So I've got this club where they literally drink coffee and they read. However, now that I've opened my business, it says, Tay cannot start or join a club gathering while a small business is open. Oh, so does that mean even for anyone in the household? Oh, okay. Anyone in the household, if they're at the small business venue lot that we own, we can't start a gathering. What if we were to just visit this lot and we didn't own it? Okay, so I'm gonna go visit the lot with another sim. And when I clicked on the building, it's giving me the option to either visit Curls and Whey or visit Generic Business, which is the coffee shop that I made with my first sim. So let me just visit the coffee shop because I know that the building is outfitted for that. Okay, so now that I'm here, the business isn't open and I can start a gathering. But what if I go ahead and buy entry into the business? Okay, so now that I'm in the business, can I start a club gathering now? Okay, so it looks like I can. I can start my club gathering and we'll stay here and they should arrive shortly. Now, the other thing I'm noticing is I do have a sim who is technically a hired employee. So this is interesting, right? Because I know that the sim that I'm playing as right now, this sim, is an employee for this business. However, she's not here. Now, she can tend the bar, but so can her mom. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. Plus, I just noticed that not both of my sims can hire a vendor. So I can hire a vendor as the teen, but the adult can't hire a vendor for some reason. Don't know what that's about. So I guess be careful of that when you're hiring sims if you do multi-family gameplay or you're visiting different households. Just be mindful of the fact that if you hire somebody to work in the lot, if you later come and visit as an employee, you're kind of messing up some of the gameplay that you've set up. So I jump back into this business from the point of view of the business owner. And when I jumped in, it basically told me that the business had closed since I left. Another thing I was wondering about is if there's any way to like schedule when your business is open. I mean, obviously we just open and close the business by pressing the open and close button, but I was hoping that maybe there was another way we could manage that. However, it does not look like it. Now, the only thing I'll check here is whether or not you can schedule classes and lectures, since classes and lectures run as an event. And as I'm kind of scrolling through this, I am not seeing anything. Yeah, no, there's no way to plan ahead of time if you're going to be hosting a class. You know what else too? I just realized that when I switched between households to start a club gathering here, they didn't leave. So now they're just hanging out. Okay. All right, so another question that I had was around small businesses and wills. And is there a way to transfer your small businesses along if your sim suddenly passed away? And looking at the will options, it doesn't seem like there's any specific gameplay around passing businesses along in wills specifically. Now, you can transfer your business ownership if you go to like a computer, for example, and you can transfer the business to someone else in your household. Although Raylan, my Sims partner, already owns a small business, so they're not eligible. But I guess the kids are eligible. I find that actually hilarious. But as far as cross-pack compatibility with our will system that we have now, I'm a little disappointed. I guess part of that is if your sim ends up getting a small business between the time that you set up the will and the time that they die, then I guess there's no transferring that can happen. Maybe that's why too. But still, I'm a little disappointed. Okay, so I've also set up a little classroom area over here because I'm curious how many different classes and lectures we can host. Now, I have every pack installed, so I am curious if it's literally just every possible skill. And to figure that out, I'm just going to hit start class, and then I guess I'm just going to click through. Okay, so it looks like, oh, you can even have entrepreneur class. Ooh, Ooh, it says Tay must be the owner or an employee of an open small business. So I can't run the class if the small business isn't open, but I think I can hold a lecture. Yeah, you can hold a lecture. And I think you have to have at least level 5. Yeah, okay. So these are all the skills that my sim has at least level 5 in. So that's pretty cool. But I am curious how much money you make from the different skills. I wonder if it's how high your skill is and that's how much you make. Because as you see here, dancing class, it's only 80 simoleons, but cooking class would be 360 simoleons. So if I just click through here, ooh, you can have gourmet cooking, research and debate. I really do think it's got to be every skill, right? Oh, baking. So I guess this is not in alphabetical order, so that's great. I wonder if it's in order of like packs or something. No, I don't even think it's that. Oh, you can have a little juice fizzing class. Wow, this is really cool. There's so many skills. There's so many skills. Yeah, well, I want to do a writing class, and that was on the first page. Okay, cool. I was like, I didn't even see that because it was on the first page. All right, well, yeah, that was several different pages of skills, and I imagine it's most, if not all, of the skills that we have in this game. And just to click through this again for you so you can see it. Oh, you can do snowboarding and skiing? I guess that's just talking, right? Because it's not like they can snowboard and ski. And you can do a vampire lore class. That's fun. So if I go back and open this, let me go ahead and start a class just to see. And I want to do a writing class. Oh, wait. Can I change you can change the activities while a business is open. So that's good. It's kind of like clubs in that way. So I'm going to add 10 classes and lectures. And now I should be able to start a class. It says I must be the owner or an employee of an open small business. I am the owner or employee of an open small business. Class can't be started until a customer has checked in. Okay, there's a lot of little stipulations here to make this work. So let me go here. What does it say? Go here and talk up generic business. I got to give this place a better name. I still can't start a class until someone comes in. Now, I do see someone on these laptops, and I don't think that's an activity that I have. So these are just Sims being Sims. No. Yeah, there's nothing about computers here. And can you lock for students now? Is that a thing? All right, you can't do it, so it is what it is. But now I've had a customer check in. So now it seems like I can start a class. I'm going to start a writing class, and let's see who attends. She's talking up her business to no one. Hopefully that ends soon. I'm just going to go ahead and exit out on that. Okay, so now I'm starting this class. I'm just curious if you need computers in order for this to work. Hold writing lecture. Okay, let me just start the lecture, I guess. And so when I have the hold lecture, does that count this up? Oh, it does. Okay. Oh, look, and people are sitting down. Are they going to use the computers to write or no? I just put those down because I assumed because you write on a computer. I don't know. This sim has a little programming, little blip over his head. I don't know if he's doing anything related to writing. Okay, so I've been doing my little lecture, but let me do mentor and writing. It did seem like the people who were here as part of a group, I just did a cheat to end it. They didn't pay to hang out here. So there's that. I'm not sure if I want groups showing up. I don't want clubs showing up if they're not going to pay, you know? Now it seems like maybe people are here and they're writing per my lecture. Okay, that's cool. But look at these different activities. There was lecture, mentor, ask about favorite author, and then become inspired, which is nice. Can you mentor different people? Does that count as part of the mentoring? So I mentored this one sim for, I'm going to do 15 minutes, and then I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to try to mentor another sim. This seems cute. Oh, look, hobby class attendee. Oh, yeah, these are all the little attendees of my class. And then my niece, who's just on the computer. Okay, well, okay, so let me ask this sim about their favorite author. Okay, Caleb Vitor just zoomed by in the background. So looking at this, I'm realizing too, you could set up your own little school where each class is like owned by a different sim. So you could have like a cooking school where you teach cooking, baking, and gourmet cooking, for example. And then those each have their own special classrooms, and then different sims with those high skills own like a section of the building basically because they are part of the same small business venue lot. I don't know. I guess I still have to figure out if the small business venue lot, if I can have my sim in a small business venue lot owned by another sim. So I'll investigate that as well. Okay, once again, Caleb Vitor. Oh, and this is where I would say this is an employees only area. So Caleb just came in here to get a quick meal and he needs to get out. I'm more than halfway through the class and I have not asked about the favorite author thing. So this is interesting because it's like, I feel like it's running semi-smoothly. Oh, ask about favorite author. I was asking the wrong thing. I was discussing favorite authors. Okay, so that's something you have to be mindful of. When I was in interest, I basically am looking for this little icon that's related to the skill that I'm teaching, which is writing. The other thing I was asking about was more so about interests and not the same thing. Okay, so now I've got to see if I can get attendees to be inspired at the same time, which is an interesting request. I think while the business is open, I can go in and designate employee only area. So I'm going to click. Oh, no, you can't. Area assignment cannot be changed while the business is open. Okay, cool. Well, now I know. Okay, so I got a silver in the class, which means I got $1,700. And someone said, this was fun. Thanks for all the advice. Okay, so that was cute. Okay, so I went back to my other sim to see if I can make another small business and register it to the small business venue lot that I have in the world. And the short answer is no. It's like, if you don't own the small business venue lot itself, then you can't, I guess, open up another business inside of it. So it seems like Sims who are in the same household can register their small businesses to the same location. But if you have a Sim in a different household and you want them to register their small business at another location that's already owned, it doesn't seem like you're able to do that. So I guess if you wanted to have a strip mall of sorts, you would need to make sure that everybody who owns a piece of the business is in the same household. Is that how that would work? Okay, so I've added some more Sims to this household to test this theory. I'm just very curious around the small businesses versus the small business venue lots. So in Nordhaven, there are small business venue lots, and there is one that's unowned, this New Harbor Park. Oh, but there's also a lounge here. All right, let me focus. I'm going to purchase this New Harbor Park, and then I'm not going to start off with the preset small business this time. So it brought me over here into build mode, and for me trying to select the areas that are employees only versus not, I guess I'm a little confused because it's not letting me do that. Maybe because the whole lot is... Actually, I'm not sure why it's not letting me select which rooms do what. Let me register my small business first. Let's register... Oh, a bowling alley. I'm going to register a maker space. And now I have the option to assign to New Harbor Park or to the residential lot. So I'm going to assign to New Harbor Park. And if I go back to build mode, can I go and decide? Yes, now that there's a small business registered here, now I can go and decide which areas are which. Okay, that threw me off at first. But looking at some of my other Sims, if I register a small business with my other Sims, they're not part of the same family. They are a part of the same household though. So I can register, let's say, a cat cafe. I'm going to assign it to New Harbor Park. And then am I able to keep it if my Sim moves? So if I go and split and move from household. Okay, so now it says unassigned small business. Cat Cafe is no longer assigned to any valid lots. To be able to open, assign a valid lot in the small business settings. If there are no current valid lots, consider purchasing a small business venue lot to run this business on. So that answers that. The reason why the small business venue lot was available to the other Sims is because they were all sharing a household. But the minute that you leave the household, you can no longer run your small business on the small business venue lot. Okay, that's interesting. So again, that narrows a lot of what you can do as far as like running multiple different community lots on one lot. As long as everyone lives in the same household, even if they're not related, you can do it. But the minute you move someone out or you want them to have their own place, but still have their business in that small business venue lot, you can't do it. Interesting. Okay. So I've set up a little shop here for my sim. So now I want to look at what happens with the items in the store if someone purchases them and then I visit as another sim. So there's no like restocking feature. That's one major difference about businesses and hobbies versus get to work retail. The get to work retail system allows you to just restock items. Whenever something is sold, there's a little sign that pops up where the item was that you can go over and restock it. However, for businesses and hobbies, that's not the case. So now I'm waiting for someone to decide what they're going to buy, and then I'm going to close the business and then come and visit here as a customer. Okay. Oh, perfect. Great. I've got werewolves. Fantastic. Oh, my other sim is here. Okay. So let's see if she's going to buy anything. That's the only activity I have set for this business. So when people pay the entrance fee, they then can pay to purchase something, which I do find kind of funny. Something else I just noticed is my sim has acquired the cooking skill because they learned that someone else has the cooking skill. So I don't know if that's new with the base game update or with this pack or what. Another thing about shops that is different from the get to work retail system is there's no way for me to interact with sims when I'm at like an entry level business owner. So I see here that someone purchased an item. So I'm going to go ahead and close the business. And I'm going to, oh, okay, what's happening? Okay, so I guess I'll just close it from here. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and close the business. I'm going to let everybody leave. And then I'm going to visit as a customer to see about whether or not this gets replaced, or if I purchase something as a customer, if when I come back and visit, will this show up? So I'm here with another sim and I just want to see what it's like to purchase as a customer. So I can come over here and I can buy the item. I can also see that this item is no longer here because another customer bought it. So let me go ahead and buy this item. So I bought the item. The item is in my inventory. It's cute. So the area that my sim is in right now is set as public, but this area is set as residential. So maybe if I go over here now, I wonder what will happen. Okay, so it says my sim can't go. So I was wondering about this because I'm like, okay, well, what if I'm actually friends with a sim who opens a business? Can I, it says this area is off limits to customers. Okay, I guess how do I visit as a friend? I guess I can't now. That was something else I was curious about. I can switch control to the household, but I guess if I want to visit the lot as a friend, after I've loaded in as a customer. Oh, see, it says my sim is here. I guess I'm not sure. I guess you can't do that. You have to decide whether or not you're coming in as a friend or as a customer. And then if you change your mind, I guess I'm not exactly sure. Because I can't click into the lot to then select to go to the residential part now versus the store part. Like, for example, if I wanted to go to this lot here that has a small business attached to the residential, when I hit confirm, it then tells me, do you want to visit the household or do you want to visit the business itself? And I guess, again, if I decide I'm going to go and visit the household this time instead of the business, now I've loaded in and I guess I can come up here and knock on their door. Which is their front door? Oh, sorry, break-in. No, let me knock on the door. So now they're letting me in, but then there's no option for me to purchase the items, obviously, because I'm not here to purchase the items. I'm here as a friend of the family. Well, as expected, because the item was purchased, it's no longer here. It is gone. So I guess when you are visiting different stores throughout your world, if Sims come in and purchase things, if you come back afterward, you need to make sure that everything is stocked up for you to visit. Okay, so the other thing I'm curious about is what happens to a small business after your sim passes away. So I've got this sim here and they have a small business on their residential lot. So I'm just gonna, don't mind me. I'm just gonna, yeah. This is unfortunate. Oh, I'm sorry, Ziggy. It's nothing personal. Okay, so I've got the game over screen, so I'm just gonna go to Manage Worlds. Now, if I look at this, it is just a regular residential lot. There's nothing to visit. There's no activities, there's nothing because it's not tagged as a small business anymore. So I'm at this lot that's technically under construction, so there's not a lot actually to even do here yet, which is kind of funny. I'm gonna get rid of this, and then I'm just gonna like make a fake little gym in the lobby area just to have Sims like have something to do. Oh, actually, I forgot that I had this set to a makerspace. Okay, so I've got some fabrication objects. I've got some woodworking objects. I know this is pitiful, but I'm just experimenting. So now if I have my Sim, you know, once again, I'm just, don't mind me. It does beg the question if ghosts can own their own small business. So I'm going to check that out really quickly. And the short answer is yes. As a ghost, I still own my business. So now I'm going to become not a playable ghost. Oh, okay, well, I got this pop-up. I'm from the Business Bureau. Here to inform you that Mason Road is no longer with us, but designated that their business makerspace worth $250 was to be transferred to you. Would you like to accept this business and become a small business owner? No, I'll sell it and send me the money, I guess. Okay, so I learned a lot with that. Basically, I guess when my Sim died and they weren't a playable ghost anymore, my business automatically was able to transfer to another Sim in my household. I rejected the offer, and now it looks like the small business venue is just up for grabs again. There's no business attached to the small business venue, so it's back to if I wanted to purchase a small business venue lot, I could do that. Okay, with all this death in this save, I do have one more question. I was wondering if I can get a dedication tattoo to Sims who have passed away. In my relationship panel, I have the Sim who's not showing up as a ghost, but they are a ghost. And so I'm gonna see if I can get a dedication tattoo. I can request the tattoo, and then I can request a dedication tattoo. And yeah, you can dedicate it to the Sim. Now, I guess what I'm confused by, I don't know if this is because it's a bug, because the Sim is just showing up as a regular Sim in my panel. If they were showing up as a ghost, would it still work? I think so. But it seems like I can get a dedication tattoo based on this Sim here. Okay, so it seems like there's been some sort of error logged. So I don't know, maybe you're not supposed to be able to dedicate tattoos to Sims who've passed away. Okay, well, I've got my tattoo now, and that's it. That's all she wrote, I guess. But I did get a lot of errors when I did that. So again, I'm not sure if you're actually able to dedicate tattoos to ghosts. That's going to have to be something I investigate further. Okay, well, that's it for me for now when it comes to the questions that I've seen out in the community and that I had myself when it comes to the Businesses and Hobbies Expansion Pack. As a reminder, you can use my code vstreetlove when you go to purchase this pack or any other Sims pack on the EA app or the Sims 4 website. And if you've got more questions that you want me to investigate, leave them in the comments below. I will be going live with this pack, so I'm very interested in more of the gameplay opportunities here. Is there anything that you learned today that surprised you? Let me know that in the comments as well. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel, liking and sharing this video, and turning on the post notifications so you know when my next video goes up. There are other fun videos on my channel, so make sure you check those out now. And until next time, y'all, dag dag!